Hey everybody, I'm back again. It's been a little bit of a delay with coming out with the next video. Last week was really busy for me, so things have quieted down a little bit, and we're all covered in snow here, so that frees up a lot of my time because I can't really get out of the house and I don't really want to. So I thought I would do a video on the beginning of Conjured Cardea and who I am. I just sort of jumped into doing these videos because people had been asking me to, and I didn't really take the time to introduce myself or explain who I am and why I started the shop and all of that fun stuff. So my name is Sarah. A lot of people know me as Mama Sarah online. You can find me on Facebook under Conjured Cardea. That's the name of my shop. And the shop is, I have two websites. There's www.conjuredcardea.com, which will tell you about me and my practices, and that gives you links to my blog and my testimonials. You can contact me through that. And then there's www.shop.conjuredcardea.com, which is one of the places that I sell my items at. I'm also on IndieMade under the same name. I have been doing this for 15 years. I started a women's spirituality group about 15 years ago, and I was always, each one of the members I do a year of teaching with, and so we were learning how to, make the items that I grew up learning how to make, and teaching all that fun stuff. And so I was always making my items and giving them away, giving them to my students or to my neighbors or whatever. I've always been very open about what I practice and who I am. And with doing that, a lot of people will just ask you for your help out of the blue. You'd be surprised how accepting people are. And if they're not accepting, they're at least curious. And everybody gets in spots in their life where they're willing to try just about anything. So I've met a lot of people just through the circumstances of their life and their trials and tribulations. So I grew up learning how to make all of these things. I started at a really young age, being interested in making my own candles and soaps and things like that. And so I never bought them online. I never had to do that because I could always make everything myself. So I didn't even bother to look online for years and years and years at what was being sold out there. And it wasn't until I was about, I don't know, I would get catalogs at around like 19 from places, and you look through the catalogs, and once in a while I'd order like an incense burner or something like that. But I never actually owned my own computer until I was like 26 years old. So I was really behind the times on that type of stuff. And once I got on there, it was, I don't know, I was just curiosity looking at the, things that were being sold. And I was just so surprised that the things being sold were what used to be handmade, 100 years ago, is now completely mass-produced and completely commercialized, and completely lacking authenticity and cachet and natural ingredients, or even ingredients you can identify. It was just really a lot of junk being sold online. And that was really surprising to me. And I just didn't understand. What I was concerned with was that, these things that that everybody was just making, maybe 100 years ago, back to, a couple hundred years ago, and obviously way back before that in other countries before, before we came to America, that was being lost. That was my concern, was that all these recipes and all these traditions and basic self-sufficiency skills, like, how to make soap and how to make candles and different things like this, were being lost. And that's a really big part of our culture. It's where a lot of our traditions stem from, are learning how to make and use these traditional sort of household techniques and tips and tricks that we worked into, a system of magic that we call hoodoo. So that was my concern, was that we were losing all of that. And I was just so surprised that other people weren't making these items for themselves, but I didn't think of at the time that some people just aren't interested in making things themselves. So that leads me a little bit into how I got into this. I had a coven sister encourage me to open an Etsy shop and put my things on there, and I thought, oh God, no one will ever buy this stuff. So, who cares? I'll put it on there. It costs like a couple of cents to list some things. And I have a ton of ideas. I had, all kinds of things I made for myself and friends and family in my community. And so it was really, since they were things I'd already been making, it didn't take me long to list, maybe 30 items or 50 items or something like that. And I had really crappy pictures because I didn't know anything about taking pictures. I didn't have a good camera and whatever, we all start somewhere, don't we? So I put the stuff on there, and then, it just all sold. Every day it was selling out. And I thought, well, geez, this is so weird, And, that's when it dawned on me that some people just don't want to make this stuff themselves. They're just not interested in it, or they can't. They don't have the skills, or they don't have the tools or the supplies, and they don't want to go invest, hundreds of dollars into supplies to make these things. And so, once that kind of clicked in my head, this stuff is fun for me to make, and I just assumed it was fun for everybody else too. But once that kind of clicked, I realized, oh, I could really reach a lot of people, this way. And I love talking to people. I'm a really social person. I'm a really outgoing person. And I thought, well, it'd be, this would be a fun way to talk to people and hear about other people's paths and traditions and religions. And so, and at this point, 6 years later, Conjured Cardea is surpassed 33,000 sales. I have clients in over 50 countries. I was the top seller in my category on Etsy for years. And it's been a delightful way for me to learn and experience other cultures and talk to people from all over and share people's lives and have them share my life. And it's been a wonderful experience of growth. And I can't imagine doing anything else. I always knew I would end up doing something like this, but I always thought I would have a brick and mortar store. I didn't think that I would be online because, I'm not, as I've told you many times before, technologically savvy. So having an online store was like the farthest thing from my mind ever. But once I realized how many people, I could talk to, and then it was like, well, I guess this is really where I want to be and what I really want to do. And the brick and mortar idea is still I still flip-flop that around. I actually just looked at a place about a month ago to rent out. That may be happening. I don't know. Right now I'm really content with how things are. It's hard when you have little kids to I'd have to go pick them up and take them to the store with me, and I wouldn't be home for dinner, and I probably would have, and I work late every night on services for clients, so I would either have to come home and do that here and set up here, or do it there where all my stuff would be. So I just haven't I haven't resolved myself to that yet, that's what I'm going to do, even though that was the initial dream of mine since I was like 12 years old. But I am getting to do what I love to do, and that's talk to all you guys and make the stuff that you guys need for your practices, and try to carry the things that you're interested in and try to answer your questions. And it's just a lot of fun for me, and I really appreciate everybody who's been watching and sharing the videos, and everybody who supports the shop and supports the site, and who is in my Facebook group and on my Facebook business page. So I just want to say a big thank you to everybody, and I'm very fortunate, and I'm so blessed, and I can't wait to see where Conjured Cardea goes in the next 10 years and and beyond. I hope I'm doing this until I'm an old lady. So thanks everyone, and you can find me on Facebook, Conjured Cardea, and I'll have links to my shop on this video right at the bottom, and you can stop by and visit me. You can always, I do free consultations, and so you can always write me, and right now I'm offering free shipping because Sunday was the 6th year anniversary of Conjured Cardea, so we're having a celebration this week. And it's free shipping on domestic orders of $30 or more and international orders of $100 or more. So I hope that I see you at the shop and you contact me and I can answer your questions or help you out, give you some advice or recommend some items. And I hope you all have a blessed week, and thank you very much for watching.